So let's see. Today's topic is going to be fractionary linear equations with monomial denominator. So in this case, remember that a fractionary equation is one equation that has a denominator different than 1. So what do we need to do if we have a fractionary linear equation to solve it? Let's see the steps. The first one, it will be to find the least common multiple of or between the denominators. After finding the least common multiple, it says multiply all the equation by the least common multiple to obtain a whole linear equation. On one last video, we saw how to solve whole linear equation. So after multiplying the equation by the least common multiple, we will do a normal solving the whole linear equation. And if your teacher asks you to do, you will need to do the verification process of the answer only if it's asked. So let's see. On this first example, we have that specific equation. So the first thing we need to look is for the least common multiple between 4, 5, and 2 that are the denominators different than 1. So in this case, divided by 2 it's 2, 5, and 1. Divided by 2 it's 1 and 5. And divided by 5 it's 1. So the least common multiple it's 20. So after that it says we need to multiply all the equation by 20. So it's going to be, let's check out, 20 that multiplies every term in the equation. So 20 multiplied by 120 over 4, it's 5. 5x. The next one, 20 multiplied by 2, it's 40. Divided by 5, it's 8. The next one, 20 multiplied by 3, it's 60. Divided by 2, it's 30. Equals. The next one, 20 multiplied by 2, it's 40. Divided by 5, it's 8. 20 multiplied by minus x, minus 20x. 20 multiplied by plus 3, plus 60. Then let's continue doing now a whole linear equation solving exercise, because this one, it's a whole linear equation. So let's solve it. We can do the like term simplification on the left and on the right. On the left, it's going to be minus 25x plus 8 equals minus 20x plus 68. Then if we send the letters to the first member and the numbers to the second member, it's going to be minus 25x plus 20x and 68 minus 8. So it's going to be minus 5x equals 60, x equals 60 over minus 5. And in this case, we can simplify it, and it's going to be x, it's going to be plus divided by minus, it's minus 60 over 5, it's 12. So my answer is going to be that x equals minus 12. Remember, the verification process, we will need it only if they ask you to do it. For this first exercise, I will do the verification process, but for the next one, I will only solve the actual equation. So let's see the verification process for exercise 1. So for the verification process, remember we need to use the value of x on the original equation. So in this case, it will be 1/4 that multiplies minus 12 plus 2 over 5 minus 3 that multiplies minus 12 over 2 equals 2 over 5 minus 12 plus 3. So let's see. In this exercise, it's going to be minus 12 that multiplies 1/4. It's going to be minus 3. plus 2 over 5. Then the other one is going to be 3 that multiplies minus 12 minus 36 divided by 2. It's 18. Minus multiplied by minus, it's plus, so it's going to be 18. In the other one, it's going to be 2 over 5 plus 12 plus 3. So we will get 15 plus 2 over 5 equals 15 plus 2 over 5. We will make it over 5. So it's going to be 15 times 5. It's going to be 75. 75. So we can set like 77 over 5 equals 77 over 5. So the verification process is complete. So remember, the verification process, we only need to use the answer on the original equation, and we need to check out that we have an equation or an equality on the left and on the right. So that was the verification for exercise 1. So let's see another exercise. So in this exercise, it's exactly the same. We have monomial denominators. So we need to look for the least common multiple between the denominators. We have 4, 2, and 6. So it's going to be, if I divided by 2, it's 2, 1, and 3. If I divided by 2, it's 1, 3, 3, and 1. So our least common multiple is 12. So we need to multiply all the equation by 12. So let's see. This 12 will multiply this term, this term, this term, and this term. So let's see. 12 over 4, it's 3. Multiplied by 3, it's 9. That will multiply 2x minus 1. On the next one, it's going to be minus 12 divided by 2, it's 6. So it's going to be minus 6 that multiplies 2x minus 1 equals 12 times 7. It's going to be 84 minus, and it's going to be 12 divided by 6 is 2, multiplied by minus 1, 2 that multiplies 4x minus 1. So now I have a whole linear equation, in this case with parentheses and brackets. So let's see. It's going to be 18x minus 9. Remember, this one multiply the two terms. This one will multiply the two terms. So it's going to be minus 12x plus 6 equals 84 minus 8x plus 2. So the next part is that we need to do the like term simplification on the left and on the right. So it's going to be 6x minus 3 equals minus 8x plus 86. Then the letters goes to the first member, the numbers to the second member. So it's going to be 6x plus 8x equals 86 plus 3. So it's going to be 14x equals 89. So our final answer is going to be x equals the 14. It's multiplying the x, so goes dividing. 89 over 14. This fraction, it's not simplifiable, so that's going to be our actual final answer for this fractionary linear equation with monomial denominator. So the steps are simple. finding the least common multiple of the denominators, multiply all the equation by the least common multiple, and after that, doing a whole linear equation exercise for isolating the x and getting the value of the unknown letter. That will be the process. So let's see one last example. So the next exercise is something like this. We have different monomial denominators. So we need to find the least common multiple between the denominators. We have the numbers 5, 2, 10, and 20. So we can start doing, and it's going to be divided by 2. It's 5, 1, 5, and 10. And continue with number 2, and it's going to be 5, 1, 5, and 5. Finally 5, and it's going to be 1, 1, and 1. So our least common multiple is 20. But in this case, remember, we have also letters on the denominator. So the least common multiple will be 20n. So we need to multiply all the equation by 20n. And let's see. In this case, 20n divided by 5, it's only 4 without the n, because the n and the n will cancel. 20 over 5, 4. Multiply by 8, 32. Then it's going to be 20 that multiplies minus 6, minus 120, n. Then it's going to be 20n divided by 2, n. It's only 10. That multiplies by 3, it's going to be 30. Then equals 20n divided by 10, it's 2n. Multiplied by 7, 14n. Finally, 20n divided by 20n, it's 1. Multiplied by minus 11, minus 11. So right now we have a whole linear equation. So it's going to be minus 120n plus 62 equals 14n minus 11. So if I send the letters to the first member and the numbers to the second member, it's going to be minus 120n minus 14n equals minus 11 minus 62. So it's going to be minus 134n equals minus 73. N equals minus 73 over minus 134. So the first thing we need to do, minus divided by minus, it's plus. So it's going to be 73 over 134. Then we need to check out if our fraction is simplifiable or not. This fraction is not simplifiable, so our answer is going to be that n equals 73 over 134. So that will be it for today's topic, that it's fractionary linear equations with monomial denominators. So it's not very difficult, only finding the least common multiple, multiplying all the equation by the least common multiple, and then solving the whole linear equation that we have created. So let's see the next topic on the next video. See you next video.